Hello, and welcome to Driver Certifier, the app that keeps drivers safe. My name is Varun Raibarpu, and I'm the CMO of our company.
I'm Varun Kashyap, and I am the CFO.
So let's delve into our product. What exactly is our product, you may ask? Our product is an app that is designed to coach parents into producing the safest and defensive drivers out of their children. This app saves money, it's easy to use, it's lawful, and most importantly, it saves lives.
The problem: parents and teens cheat repeatedly on their 40 hours of driving, as it is preemptively signed off by the parents. This needs to be held accountable. Almost half of newly licensed teens crash during driving simulation. In 2016, teens were involved in accidents with almost 2,500 deaths and almost 300,000 accidents. The only ways to get a license is by a driving instructor or at-home driving. Since driving instructors are extremely expensive, most parents choose to shortcut the at-home driving instead.
So let's get into statistics we said when we sent out a Google form to high schools in our area. Upwards of 500 students responded, and this is some of the responses. 30% responded to saying that they did not complete the driving requirements, whether this be 40 hours or 6 hours with an instructor. Some things they said were, "Mom lied for me, I never kept track, and the DMV doesn't check." As you can see, this is a big societal problem in our generation, and it needs to be fixed.
Some more facts. Did you know that almost 60% of teenage car accidents were preventable? The number one killer among teens is car and vehicle accidents. Some reasons why the people and parents choose to do the at-home driving instead of the personal instructors is because they can cost up to $500.
So let's get into our solution. Our app forces truthfulness from both the parents and the students that are cheating the system. It will make sure that you're completing the 40 hours of driving time by logging the hours of time you spend behind the wheel. At the end of the course, you will get a DDS certificate that confirms that you completed the course and you finished the 40 hours of driving. With this certificate will be printed a State Farm discount. If you give this discount to State Farm, they will give you a 15% discount that says that you completed our course and that you are eligible for a 15% discount. This is because they know that you completed the course and that you're a safe driver.
Some information from our driving instructor. Mr. Kent Miner, a Georgia certified instructor from the Milner Driving School, gave us some information on what he looks for when he coaches students behind the wheel. Here's a basic synopsis of what he said. They fail to check mirrors, they have improper steering wheel discipline, they fail to check traffic signs, and they fail to fully stop. They also have improper lane changes.
Here are some product functions in our app. Our number one product function is to track the total driving time of 40 hours. This is the only way you can get your certificate. It'll also display feedback. Feedback can include stopping at red lights, looking both ways before crossing, and make sure you're making correct lane changes. At the end, as we talked before, a DDS certificate will be produced. There will also be a navigational tracker, such as Google Maps, is basically the same thing. It will make sure that you know where you are, and it'll show where you are going. We will also have practice tests, which will allow you to prepare for the exam you will need to take when you're getting your license. Also, we will have a facial recognition software. This will make sure that you're staying focused during your driving, you're looking both ways, and etc. Also, a way that our product can grow is that driving requirements change through states and countries. Only in Georgia are the 40 hours required. However, this is different in other states and in other countries. This is a huge way that our product can grow globally. Finally, there will be a link between the parents and the child's phone. This is because we want to ensure that the parent is being engaged in their kids' learning and wants to make sure that they're doing the right thing and staying on track. Here's what our app will look like. As you can see, we'll have a welcome screen, a login page. Also, we'll have a tracking system to see how far you've gotten in your course. We have navigational systems on the right here. We'll have a start button. We'll have a map of our navigational tracker and etc. features. Here's the practice test feature. We'll have study questions to prepare you for your license exam. Finally, we'll have grading criteria based on past drives you've done. This will give you feedback on what you've already done, and it will give you feedback while you're driving as well.
Some other benefits. By using this app, parents can feel more involved in the driving process. Not only that, it's also safe for the elderly to use, as they can use the navigation and facial recognition feature to make sure that they're driving safely without any difficulties. Not only that, it's also environmentally friendly, as our digital use eliminates the need for paper forms. And last but not least, it is economically friendly. The cost of this helps you save more money and put it back into your pocket.
So let's get into our value proposition. We, Driver Certifier, are helping prevent accidents and harmful situations on the road. Through our interactive app, we will produce the safest and most prepared drivers to enter the roadways. So let's get into our marketing. As I stated before, we have a DDS, which is a government agency. We have an endorsement from them. Also, we'll have a State Farm discount. Search ads on Google are tied into buzzwords, which will target our target audience. We want to target our target audience to make sure that we're getting the most downloads that we can from the people that we want to download the app. We also have App Store optimization. For example, if someone downloads Rocket League or Forza Driving, these are both racing apps. This shows that they're interested in racing and cars. This can lead to licenses that they want in the future. We want our app to be on their recommended to make sure that they get our app when they're looking for their license. We also have email lists, which will target parents with teenagers. We'll have a Wix website to display our information. We'll have features on parenting podcasts to make sure that parents that want to keep their children safe will download our app. We'll also have newsletter campaigns at schools. Schools is very important because that is our target audience. We want teenagers to download our app to make sure that they're going to be safe when they enter the roadway. Finally, as I stated before, we're going to use Google buzzwords to make sure that we reach our target audience. Let's get into this a bit more. Here's some 50-word buzzwords simplified. Teenager, driving, safety, DDS, driving requirements, license. When people type these words into Google, it usually means that they want to obtain their license. This is why we want our target audience to be caught with these buzzwords.
Finances. We plan to have 3,000 sales in the span of 12 months. Each certificate costs $199. We plan to make $537,000 in those 12 months. This may seem expensive, but in fact, it is cheaper than the alternative. As you can see, this is a spreadsheet of our expenses. You can tell that our most valuable and most costly expense is the programmer. We spend the most on a programmer to ensure that our app will have no glitches and malfunctions.
Finally, let's get into the sale. We want to ask you one question before we finish it off. Has anything changed in your mind about the roadways today? How safe you feel on the roadways? Before we began this presentation and now, as we've stated the facts? That's all. Thank you so much. We hope you invest in our product.